So we were at Retrovo. I feel like dying. Honestly, nobody knows, but yeah, it's a new restaurant that just opened up where Pinter used to be in Playa Vista. So you guys want scooch, so we're all in frame. Cool thing. Retrovo, so you're the actual Italian one, you know. But yeah, we were filming.
Spread is so good.
It's so good. So,
Check it out.
There's like really good bread and we're living. So yeah, I'm gonna eat this food now. Okay, bye. Vlog life.
I know.
So we're on Omegle as a full squad, and it's a good time. Everybody say hi.
Hi!
So this is fun. We're talking to strangers. Why is this so entertaining? Victoria made it into this. And Cole, important. I can't. Because I'm like a full-on party over here. We're strobing the lights.
He's just having fun. Not talking.
Hey there, it is a Tuesday, maybe it's like Monday. No, wait, no, yesterday was Monday. Today's Tuesday. Today is my first really busy day because my schedule got changed around quite a bit last week, which means today I have most of my classes, and it's three-hour classes back to back. So I basically have like 9 hours worth of classes today, which is like kind of a lot for me because yeah, I really don't usually have that. So I'm gonna be doing for like quite a while, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. I have a lot of cool classes. It actually doesn't start up until 1, which means I have the entire morning every time. So basically, I never really show my mornings here, so I should probably do that a little bit more. But I keep it relatively easy. I get up somewhere between like 9, maybe 10 at the latest. Today was more of like a 10 day, but I made some breakfast, I made some coffee, and then I came on over to sit down and just work on like emails and catching up with things and things like that. Which also means that yesterday, all of the notes were due for the scripts for the 400, and I got a lot of good notes. But I think I'm gonna change up my angles a little bit. I'm not saying too much because so much is changing anyway, but for a general update, originally I had a part where a character is like on the phone, and it's kind of like showing the insides to LA life, because you guys see like this, and you guys see like everything that I'll post on social media, things like that, but the reality is so different. I feel like sometimes it's brought up, but like not that much, and I want to be able to kind of share that, but in like a way that kind of like also shows like the reality of trying to get into acting without it going into a super like overdone story, because there's a lot of things that are very similar, and the first script and even my pitch was a little too similar, and everybody was like, hey, we know this story, like we've seen it before, like what makes your version different? And I had to kind of think about that for a second, because honestly, like I get that face value, like I know it's different, but like to share that it's different through a script is a little more difficult. Like you see my happy-go-lucky life. I mean, sometimes I express like the crazy of it too, but that's usually just more school related. That's not really like, oh, here's the inside look at what it's like to be in LA, because I don't know, a lot of it I don't like to dwell on. I don't like to try to like focus on that, because I just want you guys to be able to see all the greatness, and I like to personally focus on all the greatness. So to actually show anything else, like that just makes me uncomfortable. Like I don't want to. But the reality is there is more to it. When I put down this camera, I may not be even half as bubbly and energetic as I am right now. Like I'm really genuine about it, but not everybody is. I'm not always either. So I think it's kind of just interesting to add that dynamic into it. My hair has no idea what it wants to do today, and quite frankly, neither do I. Glow up sort of happened. My hair is being like an actual wreck, so that's fun and that's dandy. And I'm about to do a class, but this is just my little update to say that I got ready. I honestly don't know why I'm making this update. Okay, cool. Okay, just excuse the fact that I am cold and I am tired, and I'm literally eating a bowl of cereal right now because it's like going on 11 o'clock at night. I kind of like borderline cried on the way back for a couple reasons. One, I'm really tired, and when I'm tired I get emotional. Two, I heard a very emotional song I was listening to on the very brief walk, and yeah, it kind of just like, you know, expressed my internal monologue just a little bit more, so that was fun. But also because I had a great realization. Now, all of my classes went really well today. I'm exhausted, but it's been so fun, and I really like all my classes. I think there's so much creative empowerment. Wow, that was a good verbalage of words, but yeah, creative empowerment this semester with just being able to work on projects and create really cool things, but also feel very good and comfortable where I'm at, even though I'm actually at a point where I'm like going into kind of like a really weirdly unpredictable lifestyle, and I've been in it, but like I've been in it as a student, so like it doesn't fully have the full effect, you know, but I feel like everything's going to be okay. And I know I always say that because I don't really show the other side of that, and positivity is way better to put out there anyway, but right now is a feeling where it's so genuine, like I cried. So it's been a happy cry, if that makes anything any better. The last class tonight, it's a later one, but it's really good. It's kind of like just going over kind of just how to really, you know, network and kickstart your career in entertainment and the reality of it, and just like good little life hacks of, hey, you know what, if this is really what you want to do, here's some tips and tricks to learn along the way. Today was technically the second class. There was a really cool guest speaker that came in, but long story short is I actually kind of already knew a lot of the things, which is really cool that I've been able to benchmark, that I've learned over these past couple of years how to actually do well and thrive in LA. Like, that's just crazy to me, like how much growth I've personally gone through and how many life lessons I picked up in a relatively short amount of time. So that's really cool. Like, it reminds me that I have been here this whole time. I have been doing all this, even though it's going by at such a faster pace that it's like I'm not processing it as much, but it's there. Like, it's definitely there. I was realizing that something that I haven't always been good at is really knowing what I want, but it's not so much about knowing, it's just I never paid enough attention, because anytime I did, I was, for whatever reason, afraid. And when that happens, you know, I put up these walls internally to myself where I couldn't even process my wants, because I would just instantly hit up all these different walls of like, oh, well, like, what do other people think about this? Like, what's really the best decision? And not really trusting my own instincts on things, because like, why would I do that? Like, it's my instincts. Why would I want to trust that if I haven't gone through an experience, you know? But I think what's really neat though is there have been instances where, you know, I have just trusted my instinct. And you know what the funny thing is I always used to think there was like a right or wrong answer to things. That's not true. But on top of that, I used to think, okay, well, there's like good and bad to everything. You just try to like pick one. And then the thing is like, okay, you pick the one. They both could be perfectly even, okay? Like perfectly even. You pick one, and then from that point forward, you can't really go back to change to the other one, but that's okay, because you're going to kind of give yourself reasons why the path you took is the best one. So it kind of like just boosts your ego on it, and then you're like, okay, good, I'm glad I did that, even though chances are like the other option, like you would have done the same thing too. So it's just kind of like feeling better about your decision when it's so even, you know. I don't even know if I'm making sense, but the point of the matter is I would always put up these walls, and I would hold back, and I need to say yes more and do more things, and I need to like just be more bold. And these are all things I've noticed, but like I've really noticed lately. And I think what's really cool is because I've done so much already and people recognize me for that, I really know what I have to do. And it's scary, of course, but that's where being bold comes in. And it stems to not really thinking about anything other than, it's my life, how do I want to live it, what do I want to do, and what am I going to do to do that? And I feel like internally we all have the answers, and sometimes we hide those answers from ourselves. And that's what I'm realizing today, is that I've hidden a lot of my own answers and then like stressed out about it, when in reality is I have the answers all along. They may not make logical sense to anybody else, but like, if you're living your life, why do you have to make sense to other people? You know, just make sense to you. So yeah, this isn't a subtweet, this isn't like a crazy crazy conspiracy or anything really groundbreaking. It is just me realizing that I need to just get a hold of my life and go for it and just be me and really just own it, because that's something I kind of done, but not enough. Literally shaking, like I feel so right about this, and I always judge when something's meant to be by how I react. And I'm talking like big term stuff. Smaller stuff, this doesn't always happen, but like for bigger term like life processes, the way that I realize when something is so right and I'm so on track is when I get really shaky. I sound like I am right now, and I could just like cry at an instinct, and it's like a happy cry, you know. And I feel it, like it'll swell up at certain moments, and it's always done this, but increasingly. and right now it's happening. So yeah, actually I'm on my way back anyway, but the sunset's really pretty, so I wanted to take a moment to quickly film it and film an update. The class went well. I got a lot of good notes, and I'm really just trying to be extra decisive and figure out where my story is going, but I'm thinking it's about to get really meta, and I'm really excited for that because you know that's my style, you know that's what I do. I'm doing like kind of reminiscent today from like just all the years, and I'm thinking about making a personalized LMU tour, but I'm just gonna listen to some fun music, kind of just like walk on back and then get ready for tomorrow, because tomorrow I have my field trip, and I'm really excited for that because it's not often in college you get cool field trips, and I have a really cool field trip coming on up, so that's exciting. If you are in a hot tub for longer than you should and it's extra hot and you don't realize it, and it's mostly because by the time that you actually think, maybe I should get out, but you actually end up networking with your neighbors who also just decided to go to the hot tub, and it's kind of weird because I'm usually kind of the only person there, so I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, long story short is I got this fun little thing called hyperthermia. Now, probably not that bad, none of you need to be concerned, but it kind of sucks. So I just like got back, I listened to solid 8 deep music. If you've never heard it, look it up right now. And I kind of just zoned out for a second, and now I feel pretty okay and tired and a little shaky. So one of my homework assignments for the adaptation screenwriting class was to adapt a story, kind of just generally, and it's more just on like the go through the process of making those changes, which is cool. I created a really fun, quite a stretch adaptation inspired by, I don't know what you want to call it, of the Little Mermaid. Classic me. It's kind of nice to be able to just write without feeling the pressure of the production element to it, and then my own personal like timing and all that. So who knows, maybe I'll come back to this project many years from now or a couple days from now, who actually knows. Long story short, it was fun, it made me feel good, and all things are well in the world. About to drive to my field trip, and pretty excited about that. I think we're going to downtown LA, which is very cool because I usually don't get to go there as often, so that's neat. And take a bunch of photos, which is pretty cool. I'm just bringing this camera to keep life easy. But yeah, pretty excited for that. What a fun day, am I right? Like, okay, cool, let's go. It's also surprisingly really warm outside, and one of my flip-flops are on their way out, so sandals. Does it look like I'm sitting by myself talking to myself? Yes, it does, but I want to take a quick moment to say that today has been really just a fantastic day. The field trip was awesome. I see a whole bunch of really cool places. I feel so inspired by a place that I'm not usually in. Like, I rarely ever go downtown. If I do, it's usually for like an award show, which is on the LA Live side, which is more like where most people go for like just like food and spending the day to have fun and things like that. It's not so much like downtown, if you know what I mean. So it was pretty cool. I'm kind of taking the longest walk back ever, which is fun. I decided to take a random vacation to Venice. Why? I don't know, because I kind of felt like it and I got a lot done this morning, so why not, you know? Have a moment, get some cool photos and videos. I kind of want to do a little more videography, just based a lot around different locations, so that's kind of why I'm here. But yeah, it's just nice, so here I am. So it's like 11 o'clock at night. I need to take a shower, and in the big picture of things, life's getting crazy, and I have the thing tomorrow pretty early, so that's that. But what? Okay. Can we just, hi there. Can we just explain this for a second? What is happening?
I've put down the magical line of tea tree and done the mystical lavender sprinkle because I'm a wizard at killing ants.
Yeah, about that.
And with this, there be ants under
just
our carpet.
Literally right under that.
In our closet. So, I'm killing them with the dumbbell. So now there's just, you know, a whole bunch of dead carcasses under the carpet.
Oh.
No big deal or anything.
Wait, I need to show them because this is the funniest thing. Okay, so we were like, where are they coming from? We don't know. So we were like, all right, we see them along this way. So that's tea tree oil, which you can't see, and lavender, lots of lavender. Then over here, this little shine, yeah, that's the tea tree oil. That's more lavender. You know, let's sketch. That's a mermaid tail, because I'm crazy.
Shut up.
I need to appreciate it, okay? But yeah, apparently they're coming from under the rug. Ew! Ew! Okay, again. Oh, what are you doing?
Blowing my aunt away.
You do realize that's only going to make things worse. Okay.
Well, now we know they're definitely coming from here, though.
Honestly, that didn't make me feel any better.
Ew, ew, ew. Why is that discolored? Gross.
Because we had a nice little shower issue several months ago.
Okay.
Okay, but again, okay, that flooding.
Where's the ant?
It's gone. You literally blew it away. It's gone. It's out, Felicia. It has left the building. Also, can we talk about...
There's another one!
It was probably the same one. Alright, I have lunch break until 1:30. It started earlier, but I was talking to people. So I got a couple of tacos and, yeah, I'm just going to leave this just gotta go. So this has been fun. I got out of the workshop around like 5-ish, and it was one of the most rewarding good things I think I've brought to in a while. It was so good. And then I found out that there is a model call through Rainy Melville and LA Models here, and I knew about the suit like a while ago, but I didn't think I was going to make it because there was like an hour between 4 and 5 that I have to book it over here. So I had to make it all the way to Santa Monica in like less than an hour, which is insane because it's super busy right now. But I made it. I walked through the store and I couldn't find it, and they're like, oh no, you have to go to like the back alley. And I'm like, what the heck? So I went to the back alley, and that was a good time because it's like, this sounds really sketch. It wasn't. Took a quick photo, and now I'm in Santa Monica. So that is the long, exaggerated way to say that today has been a day, and I'm thriving. Okay, cool, bye. It's scary to just jump into that, but it feels so right. And today with that whole thing earlier, and just lately in general, I feel like I ask people for advice, and you know, I expect the career professionals to be like, yeah, you should probably like, you know, go and like follow this like safer pathway. And they're like, if this is something you really want to do, you should do it. I've been more inspired and like more like, no, just do this. Like I've put so much question into being a senior, but like in a way that's like everything is telling me no, like stop worrying. I know it doesn't seem like this is the more comfortable path, but like it technically is. I just need to go for it, and it's terrifying and it's weird, but it's like what I know I need to do. I need to stop hiding and stop being so afraid and stop using excuses and reasons. It's like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. Just I am scared. I'm scared. It's just so ironic. There's a monologue to try to get down, and well, I've got it, but it's like just like really nailing it at this point. And there's this whole thing about being scared, and I mean, it's not related to this by any means, but it also, like, I'm finding the connections in it, and it's so strange and weird. But anyway, yeah, so I'll make you no sense, but moral of the story is these are good. What the heck? Okay, so as I was saying, yeah, people are just playing video games and being weird, but moral of the story is I don't usually know what I want. And when I think about it, I realize I technically do, but I layer it with, you know, just a whole lot of fear, long story short. And I think everybody kind of does that. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I don't think it is. I think everyone goes through this. But once you realize that, it's kind of like, what do I do about it? Because it's like, okay, I know that I have set things that I want, and I don't think about them enough. But now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, there's so much fear to actually do anything about it, let alone admit them out loud, because it's like, well, there's such like this chance, you know. And I don't even know. It's like I think about it, and then it comes up so good in my brain, and then I set the camera, and it all goes away. But it's just a case of when I do know what I want, I'm not really so afraid to get it right now. I mean, like I am, I definitely am, but I feel like I shouldn't be. And because it's like, if you want something enough to actually have that want in the first place, then it's probably worth the while. And if it feels right, then that's just extra like icing on the cake at that point. And I think when it comes down to just, you know, really going for my dreams and just accepting them for how they really are, and not using so much like cover up and other reasoning and everything else, like I should just be okay with that and not hold back from that, because that's that's worthwhile. That's who I am. That's how things are supposed to be. And once I realized that and I really stick to it, things can get pretty rewarding. So that's just my weird realization of the night. I'm going to make food. I'm going to wonder why my eye is so stinking itchy right now. And I'm going to carry on with my night. But it's been such a cool day, and I'm just so happy about it. Like, really, what the heck? Like, what is today? I don't really know, but it's been really good, and I'm feeling really great. I am creepy, but can we talk about this? Yeah, do the same. I'm in a Disney store that has chocolate and there's an entire Ariel section. I'm shook. Oh my god, there's more. Truth. Come on, dear Hollywood. You're freaking out, and I'm going to capture you freaking out because this is actually really funny. Yes. At Vampire Diaries. If you know, you know. Is fine. Blondeception. We love Hollywood. Walking into Coffee Bean. I kind of. They're just walking in. They don't follow us. Oh. Okay, through very haunted Roosevelt Hotel, and I'm gonna film this. So if ghosts decide to just show up in the video, that would be great. Please, ghost, if you're listening. I want this collab deal. Blessed me. Oh my gosh, this place is so cool. Okay, I should be taking photos for my homework, but instead I'm vlogging. Just me. Okay, wait a second. Hold up. This is... Can we just talk about it? Fun fact, I was only here once before. And it was when I first visited LA, and it's still amazing. I haven't been since, so this is kind of weird. It's so creepy. This place is genuinely haunted, so needed to just put that on record. It's weird though, because it's so busy in like Hollywood everywhere else. That's a move. Wait. Hello. Can we talk about this creepy elevator? Hit me.
And the music?
I know, and the not creepy music. Wait.
This is really trippy.
This is really trippy.
So
I love these
weird.
lights.
Hold on.
This is a door that goes into a theater. This is the best entranceway. Get that for online. Spontaneous change of plans. Ariel's literally right behind me, and we're going to watch Little Mermaid in theaters at El Capitan. I've never seen a movie here. They actually premiered one of the seasons of Once Upon a Time here, so I'm extra shook. Yeah, spontaneous spur of the moment. I'm here for it. I am like, obviously Little Mermaid's always been my favorite, so this is like so cool. Okay, it's, yeah, okay. He's not. That's a poop. What an exit.
You guys could be doing a lot of different stuff, and then you actually chose to come see a movie that's already out on DVD here at the El Capitan.
We just talked about how there's this whole thing. Oh my gosh. This is everything. Oh my gosh. Wait. I can't. You're shook. Please. Oh my god. Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm so ready. I've been preparing for how many years? Going on 22 full time. Am I? Oh, no, that's nuts. We're going to use a full body workout. Ready?
Oh, cute! Whoa, why do you look like Ariel?
Harrigan.
Perfect.
She had this
Oh my gosh, stop it. Okay.
Didn't know Ariel had a ring light.
She does.
And I haven't cuddle day. Just your voice. Classic. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's great. It's great. No, people are just like watching everything. Oh, that's cool.